All right. So, MegaCon, while I wasn't there because I didn't like the idea of just going alone to MegaCon, we got a panel announcement for Halloween Horror Nights 35, which confirmed a few things, which they did announce. I'm going to talk about a lot of it and kind of give a lot of like my thoughts as to what was announced. We had two official houses. We've got more teasing for some other houses and some other IP. And there was a new spec map dropped right after, which I will probably kind of give my thoughts on as well. But we got the general theme, two house announcements that were basically all but confirmed, especially when it was announced Halloween Horror Nights 35. They revealed the logo for HHN 35, and it was basically all but saying, yeah, it's Jack versus Oddfellow. And that's exactly what the theme is for this year, is Jack versus Dr. Oddfellow, which we all suspected. Even before the first spec map dropped, Jack versus Oddfellow was the official, what was kind of like the unofficial thought process, because we all knew Jack was coming because it was going to be an anniversary year. So Jack was going to be here. But we all kind of thought, yeah, it's probably especially after an El Artista, we saw Oddfellow sign, it was like, yeah, it's Jack versus Oddfellow. So Dr. Oddfellow and Jack are it's going to be called, the theme is called Grudge Match. And it'll have a dual host event of the rivalry between Jack and Dr. Oddfellow, and it'll basically be teasing a passing of the torch. I'm reading it from the official line here. Passing of the torch, perhaps even a seizing of its storyline, confirming the Carnival-inspired logo will be a direct hint at the shared circus history. Confirmed haunted houses. We have 2. There will be a slate of 10 houses, but we did get and also the announcement that we will have 2 heavy hitters, 2 heavy hitter IPs, which I'll talk about in a moment. That will really get the sales moving. So let me just talk about the idea of Jack versus Oddfellow. I think it's really cool. I think it's something that should have been done, that they were kind of teasing, I should say, since Halloween Horror Nights 32. I think it was at 31 or 30. No, it was 32 that Oddfellow made his official appearance. So I think I think that was kind of the thought process, that they were going to finally introduce Oddfellow in a year, and then wait, and then when it came to 35, we can bring back for Jack. We've always talked about like Dr. Oddfellow and Jack always having a rivalry in both parts of their lore. So to finally have it be seen, I think is really cool. I think this is a really like solid storyline. I think it's something we've always wanted to see, but also it's also going to be interesting to see what they mean by passing of the torch. Is this the end of Jack? Like, is this the end of Jack the Clown, the icon since Halloween Horror Nights 10 and the official face of HHN? It is something to think about, because remember, Jack's actor is not getting any younger. He's been doing this since he's basically been doing this since Halloween Horror Nights 10. So it could be that they do what they could have done originally. The following year, it was supposed to be Jack gets killed by his brother Eddie, and Eddie becomes the icon. So it could be that Oddfellow finally ends Jack, and he becomes the new head icon. But I also suspect that maybe that won't happen, and they could just get another actor. It could even be the permanent death of Oddfellow. But a passing of the torch is kind of like how they worded passing of the torch is really fascinating. Like it's a really fascinating choice of words, if you ask me. And it also adds to the house, which is called Oddfellow versus Jack, the Final Act. The house will serve as an epic conclusion. The original house that will serve as a centerpiece for the 35th anniversary, walking guests through their history of their rivalry. So we are going to get more of, kind of like how we got Shady Brook's Asylum that talked about Jack's origin. This is probably going to talk a lot about like Jack's origin and connection to Oddfellow, as well as more of Oddfellow's like soul stealing and his immortality, things like that. It's kind of funny because I just realized, yeah, I'm wearing an HHN shirt for this event, talking about this. This was not intentional. Yeah. So anyway, going back to what I was saying. Yeah, the final. I imagine this house will probably be like the Universal Monsters Legends Collide house, where it is basically like a winner is different, or the 30th anniversary with all the icons. It would actually be kind of cool if we get like a civil war among the icons, like some join Jack, some have joined Oddfellow. I think it'd be kind of cool if they did that, but at the end of the night, like each night is different. Like at the end, you see maybe Jack won one night, and then you go back and it's Oddfellow who won the other night. But who knows? That's what I'm kind of thinking, is that they'll just have a different winner every night. Anyway, so the other official house was the other one we were all kind of calling, which is Stranger Things 5, which if you are a Stranger Things fan, ta-da. We all kind of suspected, and again, it was all but confirmed that Stranger Things was going to be coming to... Stranger Things 5 was going to end things on 35, so yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the heavy hit. They did say that there are going to be 2 heavy hitter IPs for this house. I mean, for this year. And the spec map revealed the pin, Hellraiser, which if a something, this is what I've learned from spec maps. If an image of a spec map hasn't changed for several iterations, it's probably going to be there. So Pinhead, it does seem like it isn't been confirmed, but it is Hellraiser seems to be coming, and the rumor is it'll be just like Art the Clown or the Jason houses, where it's kind of a compilation. It's not really one movie, it's a compilation of all the films. Although I do imagine it'll probably just be the first 4. Maybe just the first 3, who knows. But yeah, I think it is a lock that the Lord of Hell is finally making his grand appearance in this universe. I mean, in finally making his appearance in HHN. Then we have a red balloon, which is probably, we're reigniting the whole thing of It, Welcome to Derry. That is a fascinating one if this is true. There was a lot of talk at the beginning of Pennywise showing up, making finally his debut alongside Pinhead, possibly. Yeah. It'd be cool. I really liked It, Welcome to Derry. I do think there were some things wrong with the show, but I think it was still really solid. But could be it. The other thing is another image is the paw print, which is now being said instead of the I was hoping for Universal Monsters because I feel like it's an anniversary year. Can we have them, the guys who started it, please? But instead, it's being rumored to be the Crooked Cat Lady the Crooked Cat Lady. It was a scare zone. It was my favorite scare zone last year, and it was definitely a favorite for everyone else. So the fact that it could be actually getting a house, I'm not surprised, nor am I mad about it. And then we have a record player, which is now being rumored. A lot of people are saying Ice Nine Kills, Ghost, and by a lot of people, I mean me. But now the running theory is that it's Lady Gaga. Which, look, guys, I don't mind Lady Gaga. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, I wanted, like, Ice Nine is right there, guys. Ghost is right there. They would fit so well. And now, keep in mind, I'm not mad about it. It's more along the lines of the fact that I was kind of hoping for something of that. But again, if you can make and Lady Gaga's always been kind of, like, I wouldn't say horror adjacent, but definitely her style does fit, especially her early style could be easily seen as scary. I mean, I didn't think The Weeknd would work, and then it turns out to be such a great house. So if they can pull off what they did for The Weeknd, I could easily get behind a Lady Gaga house. But come on, guys. Ice Nine Kills. Ghost. Any HHN, come on. I don't mind that you have pop houses. Let's get some friggin' rock metal houses, okay? And now keep in mind those aren't confirmed. We still don't know what the other images are kind of the same. I still feel like the houses that are, the HHN spec map hasn't really changed all that much. Other than the others, like we are probably still getting like we still don't know what the match one is. We don't know what the others are, but the ones that seem like a definite are Crooked Cat Lady, Hellraiser, Pennywise possibly, and Lady Gaga. But yeah, it's going to be a big year. I'm excited for all this, and yeah. I'm excited. That's all I can really say. I will say that it does that probably a lot of people have speculated that Jack's probably finally coming to the West Coast and where he'll encounter Hollywood Harry, which is the unofficial mascot of HHN over in California. So it could be that Jack's finally come to California and he crosses paths with Hollywood Harry, and we get a Terrifier tram tour, which I think is kind of cool. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of these announcements for HHN? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Do you think this will be the end of Jack the Clown? Or do you think it'll be the end of Oddfellow? Do you think something else is going on? And are you hoping for Hellraiser? And what do you also think of, like, Lady Gaga also possibly getting a house? And what do you guys think of Pennywise maybe getting a house along the way? I am very curious to see how this year is going to play out. I'm hoping for big things. But anyway, other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.